Okay. Yo, this is sick. End of the year, get to do the lists. I've already did my albums one, but I'm gonna upload this one first, regardless, as we do. 50 songs, the best ones that I heard of 2024. Let's just do it, bro. First up, we have Words to Live By, El Cousteau with Earl Sweatshirt feature. Great hardcore hip-hop track. Amazing beat. Great verse by Earl. 49, Thanks by Joey. Smooth cloud rap. It's extremely catchy. I've listened to it a lot. 48, Turnabout by with their song Tech 9. I think that's one of the better songs this year. And I really was surprised by Turnabout's capability to kind of outshine Cemetery and all them, although there is going to be a song with Cemetery coming up soon. Okay, number 47, Like That, Future and Kendrick Lamar. Great song. Kendrick Lamar really sells on a verse there, of course, naturally. Number 46, Dark Harvest. Ghost Mountain, great. That was sort of leaning into a more emo sound instead of like the hardcore Witch House, and Cemetery really sells on his verse on there as well. Number 45, Cut Off Your Hands, Shay. This was a later release that I finally got into because of y'all, and Cut Off Your Hands was a fantastic song. Yeah, love it. Number 44, For Sure, the American Football cover by Ethel Cain, like a 9-minute slow core type version of this song, and I think Ethel Cain really, recontextualizes in just how her emotion comes across with this song. So it's wonderful. Number 43, To Hollis with Trauma. That was a single, not on that album that they released. Hardcore song, a lot of fun, short. 42, Devil's a Lie, Tommy Richmond. I did not get to Tommy Richmond's album, but he had the song $1 Million Baby and Devil's a Lie, which were big singles in the year, and I listened to this song a good amount this year, I must say. It really worked for me. 41, Northwest Zombie Girl Underscores. Oh my god, she even kills it when it's just her B-sides. Very good, like sort of like noisy or like a grunge sort of chorus that goes on there, and then there's a lot. It's just more of the same of what you would be getting from Wall Socket. So number 40, Let Me Go. Tovlo, SG Lewis. Very great dancey project. I think that this should be kind of put into that girly pop scene with Charli XCX. This short little EP that they made, really liked it, but this song definitely stood out for me. 39, Mimosa by Lucy Bedroque, who I did a reaction to, who used to be under a different name. The name is not coming to me right now, but I did react to the Lost Rushy or whatever. But Mimosa's hardcore song, really catchy. 38, Die With a Smile, Lady Gaga, Bruno Mars. Bruh, the balladry on this is just a beautiful song, okay? It stands out for me. 37, Armen Hammer with Doves. This is a single they released, and they kind of added it to their album that came out last year later in. Strange song. Like, it's very a very moody, atmospheric rap track. Not really fully like the songs on that album. It really stands out. It really shines, for sure. Number 36, Spring Is Coming with a Strawberry. What's this song called? In the Mouth. Caroline Polachek. It's just the best one of the B-sides that she released this year. That one really stood out comparatively, I would say. Yeah, but again, it being this low on the list, it goes to show that it's because Pretty Possible was like number 2 or number 3 of last year. So number 35, Alone, The Cure. The Cure sold this year. It's like an 8-track album, right? I think Alone, the starting track, is the one that really sold for me. I don't know. I think I like the emotions on this one the most. Obviously, the guitar on something like End Song really works too. But yeah, love it. Number 34, Babies in a Thundercloud, Godspeed You, Black Emperor. I don't think this would have made it if it wasn't for seeing them live. I really don't. It just was more impactful being able to see it in that light. Because I did like this album, but song-wise, I don't think it stood out as much as prior projects, but now I see it in a different light for sure. Number 33, Nothing Changes, MGMT. I really like this song. Like, this song, in comparison to the album itself, like, the song really stands out for me. much more of an alt rock sound that I think the mood of this emotionally, just there is this sort of existential sort of mood piece getting from the boys, which I kind of recognize as a thing they do now that I've listened to their self-titled album. But yeah, love it. Really works for me. 32, My Golden Years, Lemon Twigs. Again, though, I will say, for it to be number 32 last year, I'm pretty sure Any Time of Day was on my top 5. So, but they really do sell in this 60s sunshine pop formula, and this was just the single I think that stood out the best for it. So number 31 is So What If I'm a Freak, Snow Strippers. I listened to this song a lot this year. It's very aggressive when it comes to its electronic sound. Like, playing it at work, it gets shut off right away. Like, no one wants to listen to that shit. And yeah, interesting. And with its sound, it's also just an extremely horny track. Number 30, I Know, Trent Reznor, Atticus Ross. I think this is just the techno song that really stands out for me on a mood level on the Challenger soundtrack, which is, yeah, one of the best soundtracks I've ever heard in my life. Great movie, too. If you haven't seen Challengers, definitely check it out. Number 29, not 28, but at number 29, we have the song 28, Zack Brann. Yeah, cool, man. This guy's a country god, okay? I fucking love this song. It definitely, it could have been Pink Skies as well. That's a great song as well. But, yeah, this song is just yeah, great song. 28, Mahash Masana, Father John Misty. 9-minute, just folk ballad. It was hard to pick the favorite song on this album, but I think this one, I can sit in its mood, or I can just sit with it easier and let it hit me. So that's probably why I chose that one. 27, Good Luck Babe, Chaperone. I haven't actually listened to that Chaperone album that she released. I remember when that album came out. Remember my friend's girlfriend talking to me about it, and now seeing how much of a star she's become, it's quite crazy. And for her to get it with Good Luck Babe, oh yeah, bro. Good Luck Babe sounds very Kate Bush-esque, and seeing something that I understand being praised by the mainstream. Yeah, great song. 26. Telharmonic, The Smile. Are you kidding me, bro? Radiohead's my favorite band. It's only 26 is where their song gets on here. Like, that sucks, bro. I'm not happy about that, but still a fantastic song. Okay, a little bit more of a minimalist sort of electronic track on here. And the crooning voice of Tom. I think this one sells. I think a lot of people still prefer Bending Hectic, but Telharmonic was the one that kind of emotionally struck with me. 25, L'amour de ma vie, Billie Eilish. I was listening to this song really recently, actually. This one gets into, it's kind of a good balladry type song, and then I really like this sort of electronic breakdown that it gets in the end. At the end of the day, though, I will say, knowing Billie Eilish's brother producer, like, these songs just work so well sonically. 24, Pat On, featuring the God Fahim. One of the hardest fucking rap tracks I was listening to this song today, actually. One of the hardest rap songs I've ever heard in my life, bro. Like, this beat is very just like, and I'm in the whip, I'm like, like, not pulling any tricks with you, okay? Nothing experimental, nothing strange. It's just straightforward, like, boom. 23, Omnitrix, Joey Valence and Bray. I think Omnitrix was probably my favorite song on here. Any of the other songs probably could have made this list. I wasn't fully sure, but this is like the final track, I think. I don't know. There's just like a sort of epicness that comes with this track that I really am enjoying. Like, it's not as fast-paced or anthemic in the same way. I think it's sort of like like, look what we've done, yeah. I kind of like that sort of laid-back nature of it. 22. This one came out of nowhere. The That's Been an album I did like, but that song, Nothing Like You, I listen to it fucking, like, every day when I get into the car to go to work. I'm basically listening to it. It's got what I want. Those certain inflections, like those certain catchy moments, like, that's the type of rage music that I usually am appreciating, and yeah, found it there for sure. 21, Death and Romance, Magdalena Bay. Yeah, it was hard to maybe pick the best song on here, because I do understand Image is a great song, but I do like its sort of Brit pop sort of angle in this one. This one's a little bit rockier, and that piano line on there. This one's just, I'd say I have more fun with this one. Number 20, Jamie XX with Robin on the song Life. I was listening to this song yesterday too. Oh my gosh. Yeah. This is the I'd say the song off the new Jamie XX album that gives me the most joy, right? And that is definitely thanks to Robin. It's yeah. Oh my gosh, banger, banger, banger. 19 Common Loon Shoo. Yeah, this is a very dreamy shoegazy track. I don't know. You know, I've been listening to Shoo for enough years. The reasoning behind liking this song is for any of the reasons I could like past songs. There's a very familiar sound to listening to Common Loon. Yeah. It's an interesting mix too, because it's like not accessible, I would say, to a mainstream, but it's got a blissness to it that I think is calming at the same time. There's a good clashing there. 18, Either On or Off the Drugs, JPEGMAFIA. Yeah. Soul Sample. I think he's sort of the smoothest on this song. I will say, though, as time has went on, Sin Miedo has been a trip to come back to as well. But I would say this song still means the most to me. 17, Parano with Painless. This is just like with Shoo, where the songs are very familiar throughout albums. And I think this one is just like the one that stood out to me, like most memorable to me. But all these songs these are like very noisy shoegazy bliss songs, right? An acquired taste for sure for this type of music. But yeah, it's the one that stood out to me the most. I don't know. Number 16, Sadness as a Gift, Adrian Lenker. This album I loved when it came out, but it just grew stronger and stronger for me as the time went along. Yeah, best sort of just stripped back sad folk track of the year. Okay. Very romantic lady she is. Beautiful. 15, we got someone who's maybe a little too romantic. Tyler, the Creator, with Tizo Touchdown on Darling I. Yeah, this song is just a fun R&B song. Fun as fuck. Really gets me like moving. Okay. And yeah, a song just about how he cannot settle down, bro. 14. Yeah, so I couldn't pick a song off Yeat's 2 new albums. I had to go with the single he did, or the Benny X song that he did with Yeat, with Super Heaven sort of sample on there. But yeah, go again, bro. I just think his singing on this one is the most entertaining or most catchy, and the trap hi-hats within that with that guitar, like this is a very hypnotic track. And I think in a lot of his newer songs, he's not trying to be hypnotic to that same degree with some of his earlier songs, maybe like with 4L and Up to Me. And yeah, I don't know. It really works for me. Number 13, Guy Dog Quadeca. This is sort of like a sad song too, like Sadness as a Gift, folk track. But this one seems more bedroomy, like very stripped back. Yeah. I don't know. This song like really hits me emotionally, so that's certainly why it's up there. 12. Cheerleader, Porter Robinson. Oh yeah, this is one of Porter Robinson's best songs of all time. Yeah, thematically it is great. A song sort of about his relationship with his fans, how it can be a little fucked up sometimes. But I just think sound-wise, it's just one of the most like tightly well-produced tracks of the year. Very bubble gummy. And I would say this for other songs in this album too, but I think he is able to make a pop song that is very progressive as well, right? There's a lot of different transitions that are happening, and it constantly keeps you entertained. It's lovely. Number 11, Kendrick Lamar, Meet the Grams. I think that was the best diss track he did this year. Not Like Us, maybe more fun, but Meet the Grams, I think, on a lyrical basis is just haunting. And even with that piano backing, this song just sticks to your head in a way where it's like, okay, are they gonna ever make a diss song like this again? Is this ever gonna really happen in history? Yeah, fucked up track. Now we're into the top 10. What are the 10 best songs that I've listened to this year? Number 10, I wasn't the biggest fan of Sophie's new album, sure, but the single that was released, Reason Why, I've listened to countlessly, with Kim Petras and BC Kingdom. Great club banger, okay? Great club banger. Okay, Sophie, to me at least, knows how to make extremely catchy songs. An artist who grew for me as years went along, and this, yeah. Number 9. This is gonna be a surprise, I guess, to some, but Diego in the Dark was an artist I reacted to this year, and they really stood out to me. And Steal My Swag is probably my favorite song on out of those ones I've listened to. I don't know, the just the greatest blend of emo with trap or cloud rap. Like their vocals are really, really strong, and yeah, I just do think sonically, out of any of these types of artists, it's the one to look out for. I'm really excited to see where Diego in the Dark's career goes. Next up, All I Want Is You at number 8, Cindy Lee. There was a few songs maybe I could have picked, but I think this is the one that stands out for the most for me. I love the production on like this very garage production that was brought with Cindy Lee's album, and especially with the drums that kind of come on there and the way that sounds. But yeah, these songs. Just like Lemon Twigs, I guess, like this 60s sort of pop-esque sort of sound, and this is very interesting because it sounds like something that's like recorded in a fucking basement or something. Like but the melodies seem like, oh, like this is like 60s song that's really popular. Recording of it sounds like it's some hidden unreleased song, and I kind of like that sort of beauty to that. Next up, number 7. In Sun, Mount Erie. I don't know. This is the song that I kind of like the most off this album, but it was hard to choose. Like, this is like a 20-song long album or something like that, and I think I just like the album front to back. Don't care about picking tracks up, especially when a lot of the tracks on here are relatively short. But this one just it's just a noisy track. Kind of works for me. Not much else to be said there. Number 6. So Dream Sequence, this was an older venturing song, unreleased, I believe, and the one that stood out for me out of the singles. There was 4 songs that Jane Remover released this year, and I think Dream Sequence is the one that I went back to a lot. It's like, it really, the nostalgia that I feel listening to this, because it feels straight up like some early 2000s emo song, which is a genre that I am particularly very fond of, and I really do think Jane Remover like perfects that. For sure, and I'm excited to see her live again. Oh my god, y'all come to Toronto again? Y'all fucking already know I'm coming, bro. Number 5, Capricorn, Vampire Weekend. I do kind of think that any of the songs on, and this is the reason why this album got a 10 from me, okay? Any of the songs on this album probably could have made it to the top 50. It's a flawless fucking project, but I do think Capricorn is just the one that stands out the most for me. Like, just catchiest hook. Really like the drum hit in at the start. Just slow and peaceful kind of track to me. But yeah, wow, fucking Vampire Weekend, bro. Oh my god. Number 4, As If Waltz, Jordy Greep. This song is, again, lyrically, I do think it's kind of interesting. We're getting something that sounds like a Broadway song in a way. There's a little bit of progressive rock that kind of comes in, but many like musical-esque moments. And again, he's not a singer to that degree to sound like that, and I think that kind of puts some very unique authenticity in it. And lyrically, I mean, this whole album is quite interesting, getting this perspective from a male who falls in love with a prostitute, who we can tell, they're falling in love with this prostitute just from like some deluded point of view, right? From lack of sex or romance or anything, right? It's, as people have said, it's like an incel musical. But it's certainly an incel musical where I think you sympathize with this character. Because in society, I think that there's enough times where we can be like, oh, like this fucking incel, like this guy's a piece of shit, like blah, 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 blah. But when you see it reflected through the lyrics here, you kind of go like, oh, this guy's kind of crazy. Like, he's actually, like, I kind of feel bad for him because delusions, like the belief that this character has. It's not really malicious intent. And I mean, it's weird to see it that way, but it's sort of like, this is the fucking like taxi driver of albums, right? And I think this song exemplifies that the most, for sure. Yeah, okay. Next song, number 3, She's Leaving You, MG Lenderman. I have not listened to MG Lenderman before this year, but this song really stood out for me. Oh, this is kind of emo in a way too, but I would say it's very blended in with that alt country, maybe like a power pop in a way too. I don't really care lyrically about the song, right? Okay, I get it. She's leaving you, but it's just like anthemically, it's just so fucking sick, bro. Like, I've listened to this song so many goddamn times, and I think again, this song too kind of gives me nostalgia in a way. Like, it feels like a song, that honestly could have maybe been quite big a couple decades ago, right? Like, it feels like a song you've heard before. And I love who doesn't love tracks like that, right? To be able to sink into and you don't have to kind of crack the code on it. You just feel like you've known it your whole life. Beautiful. Number 2, Other Side with Sick Boy Rari, Blade. Yeah, it's probably the best song from Blade this year. Other Side. It's hard. Okay, like I was saying before too, that like my top 10, top 15 most listened to songs this year were like all songs from this album. And all the songs on here practically like are like catchy as fuck, like in their own right. So I'm like, which one do I choose? Like, it kind of feels like any song off Cold Visions could kind of be taking Other Side's place in it, somewhat, right? But I think Other Side, one I listened to the most, one that impacted me the most, I think, out of all of them. I don't know, man. It could change. But that's what I'm going with right now. Sick Boy Rari too. Shut up, bro. He did a really great job on this as well. Really, really selling. Especially too, because I think sometimes Sick Boy Rari, although other people like him more than I do, he just doesn't melt into the beat this well. Like, really becomes a part of the instrumentation. So very cool. Number 1. When I did my top 10 songs halfway through the year, I said that Back to Back by Charlie XCX was the best one. But I think 365, I think that's the one that sort of stands out the most now for me. Again, though, lyrically, I don't care. Okay, she's doing fucking coke, whatever the fuck. Okay, that's not what really adds value to the song to me. It's just so fucking well made. Obviously, there's a trend, though, with Back to Back in this, because I do think those are the 2 songs that are the most chaotic sounding on this album. They kind of lean past that edge of mainstream accessibility because they're a little bit too hardcore. You know what I mean? They're much more into that hyperpop angle, or, you know, like clubbed up. Yeah, man, this shit's like fucking drugs to me already, though. It's very nice sounding, and there you go, Charlie XCX, number 1, bro. Y'all fucking did it. That's the top 50 songs. I was too lazy to kind of try to... I didn't know. I'm still like kind of having hope that Playboi Carti will release his album. So I was like, oh, do I put one of the singles? Because, you know, I didn't fucking put the singles last year. Like, Hood by Air would have totally made the top 50 last year, but I didn't. I thought I was going to be able to wait. And I was like, I don't know if I'll put one on here. But I will say Hood by Air is still the best one. And but that didn't release in 2024. So Evil Jordan would be maybe somewhere in this list. Probably in the lower half, though, still, to be honest. Whatever. That's the list. That's the top 50 songs. Good year. There's so much stuff I didn't get to listen to this year, though, and that's upsetting, but time moves on. I already have an album coming out on the 1st of January that I'm going to react to, so cool. We're going to move on to 2025, and for now I'm going to take a little bit of break and just check out some older stuff that I've been meaning to check out. Anyways, thank you for watching, y'all. It's been a great year. If there's anything you want to react to, because usually I react to music, I'm not really giving you lists, you can certainly comment on this video or anywhere that you know how to get into contact with me. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Peace.